Hey guys, I'm just gonna make a quick video here. This is a New Holland TV145, and the issue that the customer is having with it is this PTO on the cab side just turns constantly, and it's not turning with enough torque that it's just the brake has failed or the hydraulic circuit to the brake has failed. It's actually got a lot of torque on it. So 95% sure as of right now that the clutch drum and the clutches are warped and they're just staying fully applied all the time. But that's not the reason I'm making this video. The reason for this video is just to explain the importance of diligent troubleshooting. I'll start by saying I wrongly diagnose things from time to time, obviously. That's just human nature. Anyway, but I try to eliminate it as much as possible. And the reason for that is obvious. You don't want to look like an idiot. And it's not only the customer's time and money that you're wasting, but more so yours. Especially if you're any kind of mechanic, you're not going to charge for stuff that you didn't fix. Anyways, all this to say is this came in with this PTO on all the time. So being diligent in your troubleshooting, I always check everything on that circuit before I dive into the engine, into the problem. So that'll include like the electrical side of it, the hydraulic side of it, everything, until you know 100% that it's that clutch drum that's piled up and causing issues. So the first thing that I went to check is make sure I got power on the wires going to the solenoid. And right off the bat, I didn't have that. So, I mean, probably most people wouldn't even check that because the issue's not that it won't turn on. The issue is that it's on all the time. So you got no real reason to go after that circuit. But the issue that I found is there was no power to the solenoid. So even if I went in there and the clutch drum was bad and I did all this work and put it back together and I hit the switch and the PTO didn't turn on, it's an unrelated issue, but I would be like freaking out, right? So I did this troubleshooting to eliminate those issues. So what I found, is a broken wire up in the cab here, and I even found one of the culprits responsible for it right there. Okay, so what they had done is they got into this armrest here and they built a nest right about there, and that's right underneath the switches for the PTO and everything. And so this is where your PTO switch goes on. I shouldn't really be touching this with bare hands, but a little late now. Anyway, and right there, there's a wire that they chewed through completely. But I mean, you can see there's just electrical shorts waiting to happen everywhere on this thing. So anyway, this is something really simple that could have caused a real like, oh shit moment when I went back together with this whole job afterwards, right? Because I would have thought instantly I screwed something up and now the PTO like internally isn't working, and all it is this wire here. So now I'll fix this, make sure I got power on my solenoid, and then when I go back together with this whole thing, I'll just hit the switch and I know that as long as I did everything right in there, it's going to come on just fine. So, hey guys, I just thought of one other point here, and I meant to say this when I was filming, but I just forgot. But the importance of checking this, okay, say I never checked the voltage to the solenoid because I said, well, you know, the PTO is on, so why would I check that voltage, right? So let's say, for example, these bare wires, right, somewhere, let's say it was just shorted to power, right? Our power wire going down to the solenoid, which is this broken wire here, let's say it touched a power wire. So it was just bypassing the PTO switch and hitting the solenoid. So you wouldn't know that. You go to do all that work and you get into the guts of the transmission and you find out there's nothing wrong with this. So then you check that. Well, now you look like an idiot because, I mean, this is probably 40, 50 hours. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that, but regardless, this is a big job. And if it was something as simple as shorted to power on the solenoid, that would not make you look very good. So it's not, because we don't have power down there. But if it were and you never checked that, then you'd be in a situation. So I just thought I'd add that. All right, so I just patched the one wire, and now you can see we got 12 volts on our supply wire to this PTO clutch solenoid. So now when we get done fixing whatever internally is buggered, I'll know that when I hit the switch, my PTO should come on. This type of stuff takes a lot longer, like when you're getting repairs done or doing repairs, whether you work in a dealership or you're on the customer end paying for it. This is sort of the stuff that makes a bill high, okay? And when you're quoted time to do the PTO clutch, it doesn't include stuff like this. And if you're on the mechanic side and your boss is, you know, giving you shit all the time because you're not meeting your efficiency and all that shit, you know, this is one of those things that's going to save you all that time in the long run, and it's going to really prevent you from misdiagnosing things. So don't worry about your efficiency, and if you get a higher bill but the job's done right and there's no other headaches, it's probably because the mechanic was diligent enough to look at things like this. So anyway, that's all I'm going to film for this. I don't know if I'll do any filming on this job because this customer's probably going to want it quick, and it takes me not a whole lot longer to film a video, but it's a little bit more involved. And I'm no expert on the topic, so, you know, I don't feel, we'll see. I might film it, might not, I don't know. But anyway, this is just a kind of a discussion point that I wanted to mention about labor times and being diligent on diagnostics and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you did watch it, I find it funny, like I got 400 and some subscribers now, and I'll put out a video, you know, and within 2 days they're kind of gone stagnant, like they're not circulating around and people aren't watching them, but I'll get like 120 views. So I don't understand, like if you got 400 and some subscribers, I mean, you'd think at least 300 of them would watch the videos, but I don't know, I guess not, but whatever, that's fine. But anyway, if you did make it this far, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.